Hey guys, so this is going to be a different type of video, and first off I want to apologize in advance. My mic is being a little funny. I'm recording pretty much all of this from the Overwatch firing range because OBS was being mean to me, of course. And I just want to make a video on music because I don't talk in most of my videos. The thing you're going to be hearing is either gameplay or music, and because music is the one thing I gotta kind of enjoy myself over, I just thought that we could talk about music. And I mean, pretty much just how I learned about music as a whole. I I mean, I'm a good Christian boy. There was a lot of genres like metal and rap that I couldn't listen to. Those were evil and from the devil, and I didn't really consider what they could actually have to offer. And funnily enough, a lot of the music I know now, the whole encouragement to start exploring music came from a friend. And it all started back in middle school with rap. And I'm just gonna go say it now, I am not a big fan of rap now. Certainly a bigger fan than I was. I didn't like rap before, and now I have some songs that I do have a soft spot for. So yeah, I mean, rap was taboo, rap was forbidden. I couldn't learn about rap. Rap had murder and drugs and that one funny word I can't say on YouTube without getting demonetized. Yeah. So, I mean, rap is evil. And I was chilling with my boy Jared, we're gonna call him Jared for the sake of this video. And we were chilling there, and he's like, yo man, you listen to rap? And I was like, nah, I don't listen to rap. And he was all like, oh my goodness, man. So we went down the computer lab. And it was open during lunch. It was kind of like part library, part, just computers to study. And no one was studying, bro. Like, no one was studying here. We had kids on cool math games. We had kids on Asphalt 8 with a VPN. We had Crunker.io. We had Prime Fortnite, because it was like, I want to say it was like 2017, like right Uganda Knuckles days. So the first artist he chose for me was Eminem. And the first song we listened to was Rap God, which I did not like. I like it a bit more now, but at the time, did not like it. Then we moved on to Lose Yourself, and I liked Lose Yourself a bit more. It was pretty good. And then the next one, if I recall correctly, was The Real Slim Shady. That was really good. I really like The Real Slim Shady. It's a bit more nuanced on like how I viewed it at the time, but we'll get to that in a minute. The one that really spoke to me though was Stan. I really, really like Stan. And next day he's all like, yeah man, the songs I recommended to you, the songs I showed you, sorry, which ones did you like? Because he didn't really ask for my opinion, which, cool. And I told him, dude, Real Slim Shady was awesome, and Stan was awesome. He's like, alright, cool. Do you listen to Nirvana? Nah, I don't listen to Nirvana. So, next day, we was in the computer lab, and I was listening to Nirvana. Again, he starts me off on, I think, Lithium. I did not like Lithium. I have not listened to Lithium since. I'll give it a re-listen and I'll kind of like put my feedback on it later. But I did not like Lithium. Then he introduced me to Smells Like Teen Spirit. Did not like Smells Like Teen Spirit. I know, I'm gonna get some hate for that. I know you're gonna call me a liar. I did not like Smells Like Teen Spirit. I didn't like it. I like it now. I really like it now. But back then I did not like it. And funnily enough, the one song he recommended to me that I really, really liked was Polly. The vocals spoke to me. I thought they were like super deep and profound. I mean, I still like the message now. I think it's a very interesting take that I really didn't see in any of the other songs. Again, I don't mainstream listen to Nirvana now. I just listen to a whole bunch of other genres, but I really, really like Polly. And I mean, from that point, I just kind of started browsing YouTube just for its music all the time. Every day, just stealing people's soundtracks. Every day, I'd be asking people, talking to them, like, what music they listen to, and I was just there. And then we get to the next key figure in this, who was Guac. We're gonna call him Guac, like guacamole. And this dude was super chill, man. He was like a year older than me. You know, I was like in 7th grade, he was in 8th grade. We're like in like this video production class, and he's all like, yo, come check this out. And I was like, what is it? And it was this little song from Panic at the Disco called I Write Sins Not Tragedies. Banger song, dude. I loved it. I don't really know what happened in Panic at the Disco now. I don't really hear much of their music. Maybe they just disappeared, but I really just haven't kept up with them since. But back then, whoo, man, they were really good. Then he also recommended me to Caravan Palace with Lone Digger. That day, I watched the music video to Lone Digger. My eyes were opened, and I saw some things. Because for everyone who knows the music video to Lone Digger, it's something, alright. But from that point, I started listening to a bit of Caravan Palace and just electro swing as a whole. I listened. Oh my goodness, I must have listened to Lost in the Rhythm for like eternity. I had that song on loop every day going forward. I really liked electro swing. And then, you know, I'm like, well, if it's electro swing, is there swing? So I started listening to swing. Bunch of good jams. What else? Oh yeah, somewhere, I don't know how, I think it was the YouTube algorithm. I got recommended Time in a Bottle by Jim Croce. And that's when I discovered Jim Croce. And oh my goodness, he was on loop. I love his music. I still do. It was Time in a Bottle, which is the first song I listened to. Then I think I was home that day and I was just chilling. Maybe like a couple days later, and I was watching this little show called Psych. And I mean, if you've watched it, you watched it. I'm not gonna explain it. It's a TV show. But one of the songs that was playing, I think it was like the main character's dad pulled up, and he was playing like this music from his car, and I thought I recognized like the vocals for a sec, because I'm like, I feel like that sounds familiar. I didn't really put my finger on it, but that guy, Walk, he introduced me to a little app called Shazam. The rest is history. I discovered it was Jim Croce, and it was working at the Car Wash Blues. And oh my goodness, again, loop, absolute banger. And then I got introduced to anime. Completely different kind of worms. We're not going to be talking about today. Moral of the story: I had a homie who was really big on anime. He introduced me to some anime, and I started watching like free budget animes on YouTube. Just like, you know, part 1, 4 minutes, and then just watching a whole playlist of nothing but ads in between. Oh my goodness, those were the days. But there was one anime I kind of spotted that I never really watched, actually. I'm not even gonna pretend I know what it's about. But it was one anime that I watched because I was watching like an anime opening playlist. And it was I am going to grossly mispronounce this, but it was Hyorin Hey Kids from the anime Noragami Aragoro. And I love that song. I mean, I've listened to it so many times. Nowadays I still listen to the song, obviously, but it's just, oh my goodness, it was such a good song. I loved it so much. And obviously I immediately googled the band, and the band was the Oral Cigarettes. And for anyone who knows, I still be listening to the Oral Cigarettes like that. So, oh my goodness, and then like Hello Sleepwalkers, I listened to them, they were awesome. And just from that point, I experimented with like K-rock, J-rock, like every type of Asian rock and pop. I found some bangers, and I found some mid. I found a good chunk of mid, but I was just having a blast. I was just enjoying myself, just chilling. There was this guy. We're gonna call him. Let me see what we're gonna call him. We're gonna call him George. George was a super cool dude, super awesome. I got some stories about him later, but like those are super personal. So we're gonna see if I make more stories from him. Yeah, George, super awesome, super cool, and he told me. He told me, yo man, we had just met. He told me, yo man, you listen to rap? And I was like, oh yeah, I listen to some Eminem. And he was like, George was an African American individual, and he was like, oh, so you just listen to white rappers, huh? And I was like, oh, we had to sit down at the computer lab and I listened to some MF Doom. I think it was like one beer. Um, yeah, I liked that. I liked it, but like you made a pretty good point. Like, hey, you only listen to Eminem, bro. Like, you gotta expand your palate. I'm like, yeah, that's fair. I listened to some Snoop Dogg. That was pretty good. Um, Again, I'm not a huge fan of rap, so if I could like recall all of the songs, but um, when a while later, I think I had listened to like NF. Again, my homies were like, "Hey, it's another white rapper, bro," and I'm like, "Oh my goodness." I might have been in high school actually, but besides the point, I was LARPing quite a bit. An anime I discovered at the time that I really liked was Death Note. And I mean, the Death Note opening itself is just peak, but it was the second opening, Death Note's second opening after Death Note, because I went on like a whole rant. I gotta zone in on what I'm trying to say. After Death Note, I I did some LARPing, you know. I I listened to some I at the time I claimed to have watched these and I didn't. I didn't watch these. 100% LARP. First one was Death Parade. I I love, dude. I love the opening to Death Parade. It was by Radio. Dude, amazing. I'm gonna try, like, I know the names of some of these songs, but I don't know how to pronounce them sometimes, so I'm just gonna kind of skip over that. Um, oh wait, no. The opening to, yeah, the opening to whatchamacallit, hello, excuse me. The opening to Death Parade was Flyers by Radio. I remember that. That I can pronounce. Other ones, you know, Golden Lyre, that's a banger as well. I remember I listened to the opening of, like, I think Samurai Champloo at the time, and I LARPed. I LARPed so hard. I'd never watched an episode, and everyone caught me out on that immediately, and I was like, oh my goodness, bro. It was pretty funny. Oh yeah. Then I watched, I think Kakaguri came out during that time, maybe like in my 8th grade year or something like that. The name Deal with the Devil by, I think, Tia. I'm not sure if that's how she pronounces it, but banger. I love that. That was also on loop for a while. Oh yeah, and then I guess I'll delve into I'll delve into some of my high school stuff. I'm gonna save my high school stuff for another video because that's like a whole bunch of other music. But I remember this is okay. This is a bit on the nose, and I mean, I'm pretty sure like the people involved are never gonna like find this, but I was showing my art class, right? And dude, my art class was not peak, bro. Story for another day. Anyway, I was bored out of my mind, and I was just staring at my desk, hoping, praying to the universe, to the Lord for any guidance, anything, right? And I'm looking down, and I think someone drew like a smiley face on the desk. So I put like an arrow next to it, and like I drew a smiley face. And the next day, it was like you know, like carrier pigeon messages, bro, right? And I started talking to this random person. Never met the person, unfortunately. I think I met the person like once. It was like a girl. But anyway, not the point. You came here for the music. She recommended, I think, Polaroid Love from Hyphen. That was pretty good. I liked it. I really liked it. It was super awesome. Now I feel like I found some other favorites I prefer, but at the time it was cool. And then we get to some peak, boy. I kind of saw that there was like a bit of like a goth storm brewing. Like goths were becoming a little more popular, at least like memes. It might have been high school. I'm not sure. Again, I'm just gonna go in circles here forever. But regardless, I think I got a bit of obsessed with like. Okay, I gotta calm myself out on this. So I've been watching Death Note, right? So I kind of like Misa a bit. So I was talking to my homies about like her aesthetic, and he was like, "Oh, this is like peak goth, bro." I'm like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's pretty peak goth, bro." I'm like, "All right." So I started doing homework on like goth aesthetic, goth music, and in my travels, I encountered a little band known as Malice Miser, and the absolute peak that came with it. Dude, Mashari, or again, I'm not gonna pronounce it, right? But like that song, I had on loop, bro, for like 2 years, and I still love the song. It's so good. I be listening to Malice Miser all the time, man. It's so good, bro. Oh, and then I discovered some Jerry Reed in high school. I think like sophomore year. That was peak. Um, which Jerry Reed song is off the top of my head? Amos Moses was a banger, right? Eastbound and Down, another banger. But it floated in my brain, guys. Sorry. I was trying to think of like more artists to keep naming, but I'm gonna have to go on a little tangent here. We'll come back to Jerry Reed in a sec, I guess. Cab Calloway. I remember. I think my friends were getting into like skating. They were already big on skating, and I mean like I think they brought some tech decks over. And I was like, I'll buy a tech deck. So I was going online, right? And there was this tech deck that said Callaway on it, and it had like a, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's like an actual primitive skateboard, right? Probably based off like an actual person who just bears the same name. But I had Googled Callaway, right? Because I guess I was trying to find who it was, and I don't know how, but I got like a recommendation for Cab Callaway. The rest is history, bro. I listened to Minnie the Moocher that day. I listened to Everybody Eats When They Come to My House. I listened to Jump and Jive. Oh my goodness, bro, there was so much peak. Rip the Goat, bro. Oh, okay. So, this is a bit of an interesting one. This is at the end of the video for a reason. In middle school, I discovered a soundtrack that I really liked. I didn't really know anything. It looked like an anime, and I was just like, okay, whatever. And I was listening to it. And obviously, I don't speak Japanese. I don't. I had no idea what was being said. There was no like captions or whatever. The anime was from a little anime called YBC. I'm not gonna get too deep into it. The people who know it know it. And the problem is, I had already started to kind of like jam with this whole like album heavy, bro. I really liked the music. And when I realized, well, like, what this music was from, I was like, oh, no, bruh. I jam with it. The soundtrack is really good, guys. I don't really care for the context of the story, the plot, I don't really care. Whoever they hired for the soundtrack made actual peak, bro. It's really good. But unfortunately, that's something I can never really open up with, like, oh, what do you listen to? Oh, I like the YBC soundtrack. Like, no one can know that. That's a forbidden fact. I mean, I hope there's other people who are like, yeah, we jam with it too, and I'm not just a weird one here, but that was that. Other meme songs I was introduced to. I guess we'll call these meme songs because I mean, like, you can listen to them, but volume down, bro. Other one was I was in high school chilling with my boy. We're gonna call him Dave. Dave was super cool, and he was like, "Dude, you wanna listen to Peak?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's your peak, bro? Tell me your peak." Ram Ranch, man, it's so good. And I was like, okay. And I was starting to like search it up. And no, not here though, dude. I'm like, oh, okay. Is it like, yeah, it's different, man. You gotta listen to it. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll listen to it. So at home, I was like listening. I don't even listen to. I think I had my headphones. So I just listened to it at school with my headphones on. And I was blessed with the greatest guitar opening of all time. Like one of the greatest guitar openings of all time, bro. Followed by the most wild and insane lyrics. Truly a blessing on the ears. I encourage you to listen responsibly. So, thank you everybody who tuned into the video. If you like videos like this, please support me, drop a like, pop a comment, do whatever you want to do. If you're going to be in the comment section, please, just keep it civil. If you got music recommendations, let me know. I'm more than happy to listen. I will more than definitely listen to whatever song you recommend. And if I've already heard it, I'll give you my opinions and my thoughts on it. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for today. This video took quite a while to make, so just putting that out there if it pressures you into subscribing or whatever. Thank you so much. Have a good day, evening, night, holiday, work day, whatever it is, just make it good, you know? That'll be it. Toodles.